If you are just joining us, a Piper Seneca twin-engine plane has crashed into an apartment building in Richmond at Saba Road and Bushwell Street. It's an 8-seat plane and had left the south runway at YVR heading for Pitt Meadows. Just after 4 o'clock, about 10 after 4, the plane crashed into the 9th floor. There are reports that 2 elderly women may have been taken to hospital. And if you witnessed the crash or have video of it, we would love you to give us a call at our assignment desk here at CTV. The phone number is 604-609-5800. CTV's Dave Pinton is live on the scene and joins us now. Dave, what can you tell us?
Well, Coleen, the apartment building behind me on about the 8th or 9th floor, there's a large gaping hole there.
There is no smoke coming from the 9th floor where the plane crashed, which aviation experts say is a good sign. There at no point has there been any smoke. Witnesses say surrounding buildings have not been evacuated. The area around Saba Road and Bushwell Street has been cordoned off, and RCMP are asking everyone to please stay out of the area. They are trying to keep it clear, as you can imagine, at almost 20 to 6 on a Friday afternoon. It's a busy time for traffic anyway, and with a large area being cordoned off, it's going to be a bit of a traffic nightmare down there right now. We have a live crew on the scene. We have been talking to eyewitnesses all afternoon. There's, at this point, still just a great deal of speculation as to what might have happened. Eyewitnesses who say that they saw the plane crashing into the building at high rate of speed. Some are saying that it was dumping fuel. We have spoken to a pilot and flight instructor who is highly suspicious of how this could have happened in the first place, but suspects that there's a possibility one of the engines might have blown out, which would have accounted for why the plane was unable to maneuver properly. As CTV's reporter Dave Pinton indicated just a few moments ago, there will be a news conference held shortly where we will hope to get more information on what has happened here, whether there have been any fatalities, injuries, that sort of thing. We will, of course, go live to that as soon as it begins. Right now, we are going back to pilot Aaron Kennington, who has been with us since shortly after the crash occurred. Aaron, we have some pictures, new photos that of the crash site just moments after it has occurred, and again, no flames, no smoke. All we can really see is the dust from the concrete and the building materials here.
It's a very odd scene, and when we look at it, we just no one wants to assume that this would be or believe that this could be intentional.
Aaron, when you're teaching pilots, what do you teach them in an emergency situation like this? What is the default maneuver? Airspeed
is key, and that's why I'm suspect. Since the landing gear was down on this airplane, particularly when it was in the turn, that would only add to the drag. Perhaps he or she felt that they could make it back to the airport and begin the right turn over there. Still many questions to be answered, certainly. Aaron, really appreciate your insight on this. Joining us now is Mark Miller of Discovery Channel, aviation reporter. Mark, what can you tell us about this?
Well, it's, the gentleman you just had on air, and he's got it bang on.
You referenced a similar accident. Tell us a little bit about that so that we can use that as a comparison to what's happened here.
Well, Corey Lytle was the baseball player who was just over a year ago. He was flying a Cirrus SR-20, a single-engine airplane in New York, and was attempting a turn back up the East River, lost control of the airplane, and impacted the building about three-quarters of the way up. This airplane hit the building probably about 80 feet up, about halfway up the total height of this building. The entire airplane, in this case, appears to have ended up inside this apartment.
Hi, Mrs. Taylor, what did you see?
Oh, I'm quite shaken up, sorry. We just saw the plane, flying really, really low. And I was just like, oh my God, Bruce, he's flying like way too low. And I said, he's going to go down. He's going to go down. Look at him. And Bruce didn't see it. And just the angle he went in on, it was really like a hard right. And I said, he's going down. And as soon as I said it, that's when we heard this big, like, whoomp.
Did you see it actually go into the building?
No, we were too far away from that. We just heard the big whoomp, and then, like Bruce said, we just parked the car and went over and saw it. But I'm just like, oh my God, he's going to go down.
How are you feeling right now?
I mean, it was freaky to see it, but I think I'm just kind of in shock now. Like, we got home and Bruce told my son, and I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God. And now that I'm watching it on TV and stuff, it's really, really getting to me.
Is this your neighborhood?
Yes. Yeah, I could walk to that area. It would take me like 10 minutes to walk there.
So conceivably this could have happened to your home?
Yes. We are right under the flight path where we live.
Aaron, are you still with us?
Yes, ma'am.
I have flown over the airport in one of the harbor aircraft more times than I care to count. And what always astounds me is when you look out the windows, I often sit up with the pilot, the sky is littered with other planes. So I think perhaps maybe we're fortunate that this wasn't worse, considering the amount of traffic in the area.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I agree with you there.
As a certified flight instructor, as an experienced pilot, what's your gut reaction to what's happened here?
Just a terrific loss for the aviation community, and just a real tragedy, and well, it leaves you speechless, doesn't it?
Now, as you can see, the ship is back in port, and those cars and their passengers are driving away. Coleen?
All right, David Kincaid reporting live in the sky from Chopper 9 for us. You are watching live coverage of the Queen of Oak Bay as it has been steered into a berth to let the passengers who have been basically trapped on board for more than 9 hours now after the vessel lost power and smashed into the dock at Sewell Marina. We are going to head over now to Tawasin. The Horseshoe Bay Ferry Terminal has been completely shut down for passengers, but that means the overflow has been heading to Tawasin. That is where Renu Bakshi is live with the latest there. Renu?